So, a warm welcome to all of you. Today, we are going to see various types of plots in R programming. The concept which is related to the data visualization. So, we will go from the bottom level related to the data visualization in R programming. Suppose in the plot function, if you take 1 to 10 without giving any x-axis and y-axis, it will plot the values without giving any x-axis and y-axis. In the plot function, just if you can mention 1 to 10, see by default it will create a plot. That is the advantage of this. See, we didn't mention anything over there. We didn't mention x-axis. We didn't mention y-axis. By default, it will create a plot from x-axis and y-axis. Suppose if we want a dotted line, the plot, if we want a dotted line in the plot, so if you can just plot 1 to 10 values, the type equal to B, execute this, so automatically you can see a dotted lines you can able to see in the plot. Now x-axis and y-axis, the values vary from 1 to 10 both in x-axis and y-axis. Suppose if you want to plot a line, here you can see, then automatically it will try to plot a line. So earlier it is a dotted line. Now what was happened? It is a purest form of a line. Is a line, right? So by default a scatter plot. If you can give some values from 1 to 10 or from 1 to 20, by default it will take into two different axes. One is x-axis and y-axis. So dependent variable and independent variable, right? That's what we can able to see. Suppose what I want to do is I want to take 20 random numbers. I want to take 20 random numbers. I want to plot the random numbers, right? See, even when you plot the random numbers in scatter plot, it will show in a random direction also. See, we'll see what will happen. Just execute this. So I executed. Now when you try to execute this, so for creating a random number, we need to use OR unif function. So we need to use a OR unif function. So automatically, if you try to create a list of random numbers, so here you can see the list of random numbers has been created in between 1 to 20. In between 1 to 20, it has been created random numbers, right? Now when you plot these random numbers, see automatically the random numbers plotted in a random form. See here, the random numbers are plotted in a random form, right? See here, the random numbers are plotted in a random format. So that is how we can able to create, right? Now what I am trying to do is, for meaningful understanding of this scatter plot, for meaningfully defining this scatter plot, I'm going to import .csv file. I'm going to import .csv file from my desktop. So just execute this command, langcap data, which has been given by marinstat, read.csv file.choose header equal to true. When you run this command, right, automatically the file will be opened. So I will show you once again how to do this. So how to import the file from desktop to into R programming. So langcap, I'm going to create a variable, the name of the variable. So langcap. So with the left assignment operator, I'm trying to use a function read.csv because my file format is .csv. Because my file format is .csv, and I'm trying to use file.choose, so it will be chosen by my own selection, header equal to true. My selection includes header. So whatever the file that I'm trying to import from desktop, a file which includes header, yes, the file includes header. So that also need to be selected. So that's the reason why header equal to true. So for importing .csv file, we need to use the function over here, read.csv. Read.csv. So the created variable langcap. So I'm trying to click this. So automatically the it will ask you to import the file from where, right? So my file over here, my .csv file, the langcap data, just open. The file has been imported. The langcap includes the langcap includes 725 observations of 6 variables. So 725 observations of 6 variables the langcap data includes, right? Now even I can test the header part of the langcap data, the first 6 observations. So you can see here the langcap, age, the lung capacity of the people, the age and the height and the smoke, whether it will smoke or not, whether the gender, whether the male or female, and some other this. So here you can see with 6 variables, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There are 6 variables with the 725 observations will come into the picture. Now the tail also I can able to use. Now you can see the last 6 observations of the record. The last 6 observations you can see here, and the first 6 observations also that we can able to see here. So that is what the output, and even I can able to see the summary also. So when I use this particular command, summary of langcap, so you can see the lung capacity, the minimum lung capacity and the maximum lung capacity, and the mean lung capacity and the median lung capacity, and the age, the minimum age and the maximum age of the people, and the mean age of the people, and the third quartile of the age of the people, and the first quartile age, the height, minimum age, height and the maximum height, the minimum height and the maximum height, and the mean height and the median height can be seen. The smoker, the smokers category, those people one who do not smoke are the in count, they are 77, and those people one who smoke, they are in the count 648, and the gender with respect to the female are 358 and the male are 367, and some other casino, it is no, they said 650 561, S said 164. However, this is all about the summary of the data, so which gives in a clear-cut manner with respect to minimum value, first quartile, median, mean, third quartile, maximum value. Okay, so anyway, our concept is related to the plots. The concept is related to the plots. So first of all, what I want to do is, so I want to plot from langcap data set, from langcap variable, I'm going to call lung capacity of the people with respect to age group. I want to test. So what I want to test here, I want to test whether the lung capacity of the people, is there any relationship between age of the people and the lung capacity of the people. However, when age increases, the lung capacity also increase. When we burn, our lung capacity, the strength of the lung capacity, and when we grown up, right, the lung capacity, it will differ. As age increases, the lung capacity also increase. That's a known phenomenon. So we see whether is there any significant relationship between the lung capacity of the people with respect to the age group. Just plot this. You see here, whenever the age of the people grows more and more, the lung capacity also grows more and more. That's what, when we become more stronger and stronger, when age increases, the age of the people increases, automatically the lung capacity will also increase. At the born time, the lung capacity is very less. As we become 20, our age moves to 25, 30, the lung capacity will be more stronger and stronger. However, So the same likewise, whether is there any relationship between the lung capacity with respect to the height, right? It has shown something, a relationship with respect to lung capacity and the age of the people, and whether is there any sort of correlation between the lung capacity and the age of the people. So even you can able to test whether is there any significant relationship between age group of the respondents with respect to lung capacity. Yes, the age group of the respondents with respect to lung capacity, it has been shown a significant positive relationship, which is 0.81, which is 0.81. 82% of the relation which has been shown with respect to the age group of the respondents and lung capacity. The same likewise, try to test whether is there any correlation between lung capacity of the people and with respect to the height of the population. So it has been shown 91% of the relationship with respect to height of the people and the lung capacity of the population. Even the data is showing like that. And now what I'm trying to do is I would like to add labels to the main and x-axis and y-axis, and the dotted signs and with respect to its shape and the color of inside dotted balls and shape of the dotted balls, and the x-axis label and y-axis label and the main label. I want to add all those things. So suppose you can see here when you run this. Now you can see here earlier here lung capacity. Now it is added in x-axis. The x-axis earlier here lung capacity is not there in x-axis. Now the lung capacity label has been added in x-axis. At the same time, age group of the respondents added in y-axis, and the main the label lung capacity versus age group. The lung capacity versus age group, and inside of the the bubbles, earlier the shape it is bubbles with no colors. Now it is stars with red color. Suppose here if you can able to change this, the PCH symbol, suppose if you can able to keep 1 and try to execute the same command. Now you see here the shape has been changed inside of the bubbles, and its shape has been changed. Now make it 2 here. Now try to test here. Now it has been changed, and try to keep here 18. So what will happen? Try to test this one also. Now it has been changed, right? And 17, and run here. There are different symbols are coming into the picture, right? So probably we can able so whatever the the shape that you want, that you can able to use here. The same likewise here color also, rather than red you can use green also. Suppose you can see here it is being changed, right? Now, rather than green it is being if you can give blue, now that one also automatically will change, right? The same likewise here we can give yellow, right? And that one also will be changed. So here you can see lot many features, not unlimited features are available here, right? Same likewise, and if you want to know more how many shapes are there and what are the attributes and what are the parameters of this particular PCH and its related size, and once if you can able to question mark and PCH, it will give you automatically the more number of parameters related to that PCH and its related signs, and the numerous things that you can able to see over there, right? Now what I want to do is in next, the limits on the x-axis and y-axis are automatically determined, and x limit, I want to change the limits in the x-axis and y-axis. Suppose I want to change the limits in x-axis and y-axis, but here you can see it's only 15 and it is only 14. So what I want to do is I want to change the limits in x-axis and y-axis. So that also can be changed. So limits on y-axis should start from 0 to and it should end at 20. Limits on x-axis should start with 0 and ends at 15. So that one also that you can able to perform that. Now you can see here the limits on y-axis it's being changed. Now it is 0 to 20 and now it is 0 to 15, right? The same likewise if you want to change, even you can able to change here. You can change the limits on y-axis and even the limits on x-axis that you can able to change here. So with the help of this particular that will also change. So what you can able to, it is better to give 15 and 10, so that that we can able to see the best way of measurements. Otherwise even it has been extended. So we'll give it to this one, right? So if you have any doubt, just put a question mark and write that particular attribute PCH. You can see the numerous parameters related to that particular attribute, right? Even if you can check so many parameters, so many colors related to, if you can use this particular, right, PCH. So it will tell you what are the various types of, what are the various parameters are which are available, and what are the various shapes also available. So 0 to 22, what are the various types of, right? So here you can see when you put a question mark over there, PCH, you can see the list of symbols from 1 to 25 and so many aspects that you can able to study. So it's all about yours. So the same likewise, if you can see the colors also, same likewise, it will give you nearly there were 655 colors are available. Totally 655 colors are available. Not even from total colors are available in R programming. There were nearly 655 colors are available, right? If you want to use any color, you can use the color over here. Suppose you can use this color also, if you want to use. Right now, try to execute this particular command, right? So that will give you a different color. You can see the tomato color over here. Right? And even you can give uh, the size on x-axis and the size on y-axis. So point sizes on x-axis and point sizes on y-axis that we can able also to give. So you can see here the point sizes on x-axis and the point sizes on y-axis, right? So it's all about so many parameters that we need to use, so many parameters, so many attributes we need to use for creating this. Right? I hope you understand this, and tomorrow we will see legends. All right? How to add legend in R programming related created plots.